Hi guys, it's MrTheEpicNinja here, and I am back for an updated top 5 best magic weapons list for Terraria 1.2.4. I have noticed that many people have subscribed for my old top 5 weapons list, so I had to look back over them and realised how bad in quality and decision making they were, and I would like to replace that old image with a new, greatly improved one. This list will exclude summoner style magic weapons such as clouds and frost hydras, but homing style magic weapons such as the wasp gun are allowed. Before I start my list though, I have to include some weapons that, although they are very good, just did not make it. They are the Inferno Fork, Leaf Blower, Heat Ray and Magnet Sphere. So without further ado, I will head on to my 5th best magic weapon in Terraria 1.2.4. Number 5 is the Bat Scepter. The Bat Scepter is a fast homing weapon that is dropped from the pumpkin in the Pumpkin Moon event. It is a direct upgrade from the Wasp gun, which fires 1 to 3 bat-shaped projectiles that, unlike the Wasp gun, don't bounce off walls. The pros are the fast firing speed and homing ability, but its cons are that it's hard to use in confined spaces because the bats dissipate on contact with walls. Number 4 is the Blizzard Staff. The Blizzard Staff is a magic weapon dropped by the Ice Queen in the Frost Moon event. It hails a storm of icicles from the top of the screen that hit wherever the mouse is pointing. Before 1.2.4, it had the highest DPS of any magic weapon in-game, but is rendered useless underground because the projectiles do not go through blocks. Its pros are the massive DPS and long range, but its cons are it's only useful in certain enemies and it doesn't pierce. Number 3 is the Bubble Gun. I usually forget about the Bubble Gun because I don't use it much, but after playing around with it for a while, I realised that it is an amazing weapon. I mean, seriously guys, it's a magic gun that shoots bubbles. Oh my god! It's a 1 in 5 drop chance from Duke Fishron and has the highest DPS of any magic weapon in the game, but an incredibly short range. This range can be extended though, by shooting forwards and flying backwards, or vice versa. It's one of the few weapons that can still deal good damage whilst using the Scepter hood debuff, and that's why it takes the number 3 spot on my list. Its pros are the insane DPS and insane firing speed, but its cons are the low range and the bubbles pop really fast. My number 2 weapon is the Razorblade Typhoon. This magic weapon is a 1 in 5 drop chance from Duke Fishron, and it casts up to 8 large, fast moving, bouncing, homing, piercing razor wheels that stack constant damage onto your enemy for about 3 seconds. This weapon is great for most uses, such as multiple enemies, wave events, segmented enemies, and in close quarters. Although this weapon is amazing, it's overrated. It has a low use time, causing a not brilliant DPS, has a high mana cost, and is not good against single enemies. All that, and the fact that it does everything for you, so it's not very fun to use. But it's still amazing enough to make the number 2 spot on my list. The pros are its really fast speed, high damage output, great against multiple enemies, you can use other weapons at the same time with it, and that it's homing, piercing, bouncing, fast, large, and does stacking damage. Its cons are that it's not very fun to use, only fires up to 8 razor wheels at a time, has a high mana cost, and is slow to use. So, now to number 1. Those of you that have been with my channel for a while can probably tell what's coming. Yep. The number 1 best magic weapon in Terraria 1.2.4 is the Razorpine. My first video that I ever made was about this weapon, and it stuck with me for nearly 9 months. And this is for one reason: its ability to fire through walls. The Razorpine is a drop from the Everscreen in the Frost Moon event. It shoots high velocity pine needles at your enemy and is a great all-around weapon. It has an insanely fast use time of 8, and each shot is 3 pine needles, along with a low mana cost of 5, and you are tearing through mobs. The ability to fire through walls is also great when used to your advantage, and that is why it's my number 1 best magic weapon in Terraria 1.2.4. So its pros are that it can fire through walls, it's low mana, high DPS, easy to get, and high use time. Its cons are that it doesn't pierce and is affected by gravity. So they are my top 5 best magic weapons in Terraria 1.2.4. I'd really appreciate it if you left a like on this video because it took me so long to create, script and edit. I will also be doing a melee and range one, but it may take a while because of the amount of time these videos take to make. Anyway, thanks for watching and I hope to see you all next time.